everybody. Um, and thank you for being with us. Um, I am the founder of Americans Against Injustices, and it brings me great grief um, to have to move forward to continue in this thing. You guys that work for NWO, y'all know what that means, neighborhood, and we'll just say WO. Um, you all really need to take a look at you all's self. Polices, I'm talking about official police officers, firemen, paramedics, etc. You all carry a spirit that is totally just gone. It's just gone. I just left the library doing some things on the library. If they wasn't invading my privacy, they wouldn't know what I was doing. And here's the things that we're doing are legal and right. That seems to be a problem today in the United States of America. And with us being such a strong nation, that seems to be, that can projectile to the whole world. And I am appalled because I have family members and loved ones that are also a part of NWO, as they call it. Some call it new police, and some call it cops or community something uh, policing. And the thing is that God is able. So with the thing study going on, I found more and more information. NWO, I was looking for them to have their last check at the end of this month, May. However, NWO is not set up with one single thing, which we already knew. But you know what I'm saying? I thought all of the grants was coming from the same, what I'm saying, from the same proportional time and stuff like that. But the way that they're set up, you have grants that come out, I think, of the Department of Justice. They call it Safe Block. And then you have Safe Passage. And then you have some grants set up for security. And you got some grants set up for this and that and that and those. But the overall picture of it is NWO is overseeing it. Now, I'm almost persuaded, really, I'm almost persuaded um, to believe that there is rogue members that's doing a whole lot of the dirt. And the thing of it is that it's so corrupted that NWO must be completely torn down, brought, or at least brought to recognition of their responsibility of putting these people out here without tracking them, without body cameras. Went back to the dark ages. We're talking about some, buddy to buddy system. The thing with the buddy system is that we found that out with the police. The police officer we just used when George Floyd was killed. It was what, 4 or 5 police standing there watching him. The buddy system don't work. So the people pushed and what I'm saying, the body camera was brought up on the police, and that thing would have worked it, but then NWO popped in there and they took us way back. And the thing is that everybody that got fat off of it, and so people mad. I guess they feel like I'm having fun with bringing them down, bringing them to justice. And like I said, I'm appalled because I know I got family members, loved ones that's involved in that. And like I said, when I was leaving the public library today, uh, NWO, would say some rogue members decided they gonna, to try to make me feel uncomfortable crossing the streets. I was coming through the auto O'Reilly's parking lot, and three or four vehicles, I think with 3 vehicles. The third vehicle, she whipped up in that Joker and then slammed on her brake. Oh, she waited for me to go ahead and go across because I stopped. I'm not, I wasn't trying to hit you, right? And I don't play with my life. A vehicle is nothing to play with. Nothing to play with. The brakes could go out. What I'm saying? She could misjudge it and step on the accelerator at the same time, slip off of the brake. I don't play with my life. It's not fun. And what I'm saying? It's illegal what you guys are doing. And if you all have a real problem with that, I understand y'all need the money and y'all getting fat off of it. But here's what you need to understand about the people of the United States of America. Uh, we ain't gonna have, a section of the country following their own constitution and laws. I won't even get off into a whole bunch of stuff that I've had to suffer with, but I know I'm not the only one. And the thing has been set up, if there is a problem with NWO, they've been set up not to even have a way to make a complaint against them. So if I was the president of the United States and I was looking at, what I'm saying, is it working? Well, they've been set up to not be able to get any complaints. So yeah, it's gonna look like it's working because the only thing you getting feedback at. And here's the thing, I'll kick this out. I remember seeing them giving the Department of Justice uh, uh, guy that's over, what I'm saying, a plaque. You know what I'm saying? And I saw that as, what I'm saying, just like corruption, you know, bribery. Pat him on the back like he doing a good job. But how in the world is police officers, law enforcement agencies missing the fact that this organization has no way of making a complaint against them? That's problem number one. If you have a problem with them, you go to the majority of the local polices. They view them as co-workers. They getting fat off of it too. Anybody can be neighborhood, anybody can be NWO, and still hold a legal job and get that extra government check for what they call extra set of eyes and ears for police. The country has gone completely. When I came moved down to Kentucky, I registered to vote, and my mail was I never got a piece of mail. They sent mail back. Told me I didn't have no mail. Uh, so my voter's registration was uh, was blocked. I'm a strong supporter of Donald J. Trump because Donald J. Trump, see, there's a problem with this country, and he's trying to do something about it. But like I say, looking in that lady face when she made that turn, and then they put a whole bunch of people in the turning lane as I'm going across the thing telling me to walk, and what I'm saying, I'm hey, my life. So these jokers making a turn, what I'm saying, they doing it legally, but pedestrians have the right of way. That's what I'm saying. But with NWO, a lot of them not taking no driver's test. They ain't even got to fear that because they go down there and they friends in them neighborhood watch them NWO too. So they just, what I'm saying, they ain't taking no testers. Go and take their picture. If they taking testers, shoes, Joker probably can drive up on the curb, Jack. What they gonna say? Because it's set up to the fact if somebody in NWO say something, say we got some good people. They say something, and they'll target. You know what I'm saying? And they seeing what they do to people like me and other folks, and people don't want that heat, so they'll duck their head. Go along with the program. But AAI, through the power of God, no, we can't sit there and watch y'all destroy yourself like that because you're projecting that to children, to your children and other people's children all across the world. I want to thank the viewers that's with me. I can't see that because I got my battery, my phone down low because NWO told me did some stuff to my vehicle with the high power microwave device and burnt out some stuff on it, and so I may have did some things with it touching. Yeah, and like I said, basically the things that they are doing, if it was done to them, they would have a problem with it. So why can't they wake up and realize that, what I'm saying, we really jacked up. We are really jacked up in the head. When they holding their meetings at the police station, number of the peoples, what I'm saying, don't nothing that register in your head. I know I'm black. And y'all know I hate really saying that word. I like to use dark-skinned and light-skinned for white people and native tongues. Uh, but so we'll just be clear. I know I'm black, and I know black people have had it rough. ever since we were brought to this country. And it doesn't seem like it changed very much. But I thank God for Donald J. Trump. Y'all can say what y'all want to say about him, but did y'all just see he released out my brother that yeah man, they've been in jail since what 1973. I'm talking about, some of y'all know what I'm talking about, Larry Hoover. And y'all say prejudice and all that junk there. Man, the man saw the facts, because here's the thing: if you look at the overall picture, when they was running around there trying to find some dirt on Martin Luther King, apparently they couldn't find nothing. I believe, like the storylines go, they was tapped into his phone. They was trying to find stuff against him, because see, when you're doing something right, you're doing something good. He was doing it all by the book, no violence, no nothing. And then when they couldn't figure him out, they just couldn't do it, because a lot of people will project on you what they are. I don't look at women because of my spirituality in Christ Jesus. I view women as some of the most precious things upon this earth. And right now, I'm not in a position to be a husband to a wife, because I wouldn't want to bring her into this. And so, what I'm saying, I'm a man, I'm human, right? Thank God that what I'm saying, I'm able now, and I give a little view out to my I don't even want to put they business out there, but one person that was in my life, and a lot of them played a whole lot of part, but I got to use this one because she taught me self control. She got in the bed with me, and I was strong, and I was using at the time, and she asked me, she kind of bagged up. She got in her panty in her bras, got in the bed, and I got to give y'all the whole story. So yeah, I had my son. Jesus, boy. Well, let's just leave it like that because I got two sons. Yeah, so uh, yeah, but I had my son, and it was about 3 o'clock, I think, when she came over there, 1:30 or something like that. And I wasn't gonna let her take him out the house at that time of night. So she was like, "Well, okay," and she took her clothes off and clammed up in the bed. And I clammed up in the bed, and she kind of bagged up to me. And what I'm saying, I'm a man, so I got aroused, right? And I'm dealing, and you still, what I'm saying, you still using. And I was, what I'm saying, being honest, yeah. And I don't think I said it like that. I probably dragged with it, yeah, working at it or something like that. And she was like, "Well, ain't nothing happening." And I had to sleep there by her throughout the night. Man, I don't want to get too personal, but yeah, I was aroused. I just said that I almost went rock, but yeah, I was aroused, and but I had to. Long story short, it taught me self control. So when I think about women today, and you women need to know what you are worth. You know what I'm saying? I don't care how good that dude look, how good he smell, how much money he got, nice car he got, Jack. If you ain't easy with him, watch him start to respect you a little bit more. Or he might move on. But if all the women, majority of the women start doing the same thing, you know what I'm saying, men gonna straighten up. Because y'all not a piece of meat for when we, feel aroused, we want to jump up and down on you, you know what I'm saying, then throw that commitment. I don't want to be, I ain't trying to get committed. We just be friends. Come on. I know y'all get horny too, but at the same time, somebody got to start doing something, and it starts with us. Michael Jackson said it best, it starts with and we'll just say person in the mirror. Uh, and I mean, so when I think about uh, what the house of correction is, and I know a lot of people, scrunch up when I say that. But here's the truth of the matter, right? You guys done threw everything. I'm talking about NWO. Y'all done threw everything y'all possibly can throw at me. I've been stranded for over 3 months, about 3 months, right? Uh, and yeah, they've done some stuff. The vehicle, several things going on with her. Uh, long story short, y'all have to watch the other videos to know what I'm talking about. But if you guys, I know you got a lot of Christian people that's on the payroll, and they probably feel like, well, we ain't doing extra. I don't do all that extra. I just, what I'm saying, I just turn my head on some crime. Well, I turn my head when so they if the Citizen app go off and they tell me a target individual in the store, I'll go in the store, walk past them, I might speak to them, but I'm watching, because I gotta they gotta do their job, right? And basically what you're doing is an illegal act because you are harassing and stalking that targeted individual. That's the law. You can't stalk a person. Um, and because they call themselves did some task forcing with what I'm saying with official police officers and citizens, civilian workers. So you guys think, I guess, because it's the task force and it's the law and all that stuff right there, that what I'm saying, but it gotta be the right thing to do then, cause they got the badges and stuff, and they telling us to do it. They're allowing us to do it, man. It must be the right thing. But come on, use this onion up there, cause I mean, and I really don't want to throw that out there like that, cause I'm trying to get into y'all head. God is a merciful God. Uh, yeah, I'm trying to get into y'all head to understand who y'all have become to be. Um, you all carry a spirit that is a demonic spirit. You should see y'all faces when y'all be thinking y'all having fun at playing at somebody's expense, at trying to bully a person. A lot of people ain't strong. I thank God because I've been dealing with this since with 13 years, since 2012. I think I started out of St. Charles, Missouri, from some racist stuff, straight point. Period. I wasn't doing nothing illegal no more than I had some money. And I had my son car on my trailer on the back of my van. So it was three vehicles out there. And when I moved into the place, for whatever, how, none of their business of why movers came and set my whole crib up, and I didn't show up to probably, a week later or something like that. They trying to figure out who the heck is this, you know what I'm saying? Then when I pulled, you know what I'm saying, when I come in, because it was a two flat condo. I pull in, you know what I'm saying, and it's on a like a secluded uh, apartment complex. Uh, and so when I finally came over there, man, you know what I'm saying, St. Charles at that time was known to be a racist city in the state of Missouri. And I became a targeted from that point. And anybody that knows me know that, because at that time I was wrestling with the ministry. I had stepped down from the ministry, and like I said, I wasn't doing anything illegal. I wasn't doing anything illegal at that time. And they actually drove me into relapse because I had stepped down from the ministry. I stepped down from the ministry for personal reasons because I was going through a divorce, and my life wasn't conducive to preaching to folks something that, what I'm saying, I felt like I wasn't couldn't live up to at that time. I couldn't find a church really that I really wanted to affiliate with, and what I'm saying, the thing with the divorce and all of that, it kind of went, it woke up some spirit. And there was some other stuff going on. I won't get all into that, but it woke up my old spirit. You know what I'm saying, and I wasn't in. I remember a sister telling me out of Pilgrim Baptist Church down in Arkansas. We'll just say it like that. She had told me, because I was, saying, it was like I said, was something going on, and she had told me. She said, she pulled me to the side. Look, Reverend Linton, I know the situation is bad, but you remember what you told me when I was going through. Uh, God can work anything out. Just stay with Him. Keep your mind on Him, and He will give you the directions and stuff how to deal with it. And I heard her, but my old man had kicked out of there, Jack, and I wanted to deal with the situation like I, figured it could be dealt with. But that said, that along with Sparrow, with some other stuff, like I said, because I got back on track. And long story short, I with all of that, somewhat waking up the old man in me with this Akif, and with the divorce, and um, after moving over there into the St. Charles two flat thing. And these light skinned people next door to me, and then because that's where it started from, the ones that directed to me. And check this out, I called the police on them, and what the police did. The police went to their apartment first. They didn't have a two flat. They just had an apartment. He went to their crib first. The two officers, I think it was like three of them, and they was light skinned. They went to their apartment first, talked to them, then came over to my place, and I had one of those holsters on, and I had forgot, what I'm saying, that I had the holster on. I didn't, what I'm saying, I didn't have the woo woo woo. I just had the holster on, and he get the. You got a gun, the whole thing was just jacked up, right? So when I called the state, and they was light skinned. The older guy that came in, he was highly upset when he heard that, man. You called the police and they went to the neighbor's house first. He said, man, I tell you what, he was highly upset. The next time something happened, don't call them, call us. And that's a good call. That's a good police officer standing by the law rather than standing by feelings. And we got that's going on now. People, what I'm saying, because they know this one. I gotta hear them clear this thing out because I have to walk a long distance to put a charge on the phone. My battery, my car, like I say, is down, so I can't charge it like I need to charge it up from the vehicle because I can't charge the battery. I can't recharge the battery up. So, but yeah, I just wanted to get into that to kind of just wake you guys up. Hopefully, you know, uh, can I lie this thing down? There is an option out there. AAI, Americans Against Injustices, must stand as an accountability group over NWO if it continue to rain. But they got to meet some things. They got to come with a nice amount. I ain't gonna even God. Yeah, they got to come with a nice amount of money because I've lost a lot. I'm a writer. I'm a published songwriter and artist and slight producer. And all of my stuff was put on hold because I recorded in 2013, and I couldn't even do the CD signings because I didn't know what was going on. I'll be honest with y'all. When it first started, I couldn't figure out what was going on. Then it started picking up from the light-skinned people, and some dark-skinned folks started coming up in there. And as time went on, I picked up and learned and figured out what was going on because they pushed me to a point, Jack. I went into my old self. And God stepped up in there to prevent that from happening because I would have been up under the jail because it would have just been straight slaughter. But I thank God for how He's made me, and I think about a lot of people that's going through this. You know what I'm saying? NWO have killed some folks, and I'm certain of that because they used that high power microwave device last night. They was choking me with it and shooting at my what do you call it, the hip bone inside of the, even from the skin, and then hitting on the other side. They will play with your lungs. They will play with your pulsation. You know what I'm saying? Have you thinking the car shaking or something like that, and they can shock the car. They can shake the car too. Anything electrical and body, you got to think the high power microwave device is like a microwave oven with the electricity surge being shot across through a directive device. And it ain't like this thing is not known of. It's been tested here in the United States by Lockheed. They the people that make a lot of weaponry for our military. It's also been tested by Boeing. Y'all know Boeing. Boeing make all the planes, pretty much. The planes out of the United States of America. Then it's another technical company. The thing was originally found out in Russia. Russia used it against some military people from what the reports came, and then some citizens was over in some place, and they all, it was, I think, about 15, 13. It was quite a bit of people wind up having the same thing at the same time. They was confused because they think they can do that too. They playing with your brain, and long term, what it's doing to your body, they have no idea. They don't care. You know what I'm saying? They want their way, period. You know, so they don't care what it's doing to your lungs, what it's doing to your heart, what it's doing to your brain, what it's doing to your body. And I don't know about y'all, Jack, but I like walking. I like moving around. I like exercising. Shoot, I'm gonna play me some 3 point. Give me some 3 point on the basketball thing once you know what I'm saying. This thing over with. Sure. Say whatever you want to say. You believe what you want to believe. Let me do me. That's the way it is in America. I don't say nothing. No gay person. You don't see me running around with no flag behind or thing behind him. Blah blah blah. You don't see that, right? Because in the country of America, you know what I'm saying. People have. Uh, Hey, the right to do certain things as long as it's under the law. Whatever a person does with their own sexual preferences is entirely up to them. Just don't try to make me be that. And you know what I'm saying? As far as me with the ministry, Jack, if they're on one side of the street and I'm on the other side of the street, then that's just that. If they don't want to hear what I'm talking about, they can move on. If I don't want to see or hear what they talking about, I can move on. Or you know what I'm saying, you have to compromise and live together in this country best as you can. And my thing as a Christian is that all men might come unto Christ Jesus. And I'm talking about men and women when I say that. But yeah, you guys really need to look at uh, you, the people that work for NWO. You've stolen over 13 years of my life. I have a contract to have my book published, and that's been at pause and at bay. Heck, I can't, you know what I'm saying, at the post office, I have problems. I'm paying for a P.O. box, and these jokers act like they retarded. You know, normal things happen. That's what NW do, try to play on normal things. So, long story short, mail come up in my thing. Okay, the person that last had the box and they ain't changed their address, it still come to my box. So I just write on there, send back to send, return the sender. Why come back into my postal box? I had 4 pieces of mail came back to it 4 times. Now you tell me if that's crazy or am I crazy? No, that's some retaliation of some NWO members that work at the post office that call themselves making my life a miserable heck. That I might bow down to the new world order, I guess, or the new country order. Yeah, and so I almost want to say maybe people don't know what's going on. Maybe they figure that when they get the thing on they citizen app that it's just them that did something, and then after that, no, we deal with this 24 hours a day. Whenever one of them NWO members decide they want to pick, you know what I'm saying, you got kids on their team, and y'all know kids just kids. I'm talking teenagers, young, and they, you know what I'm saying, they feel like they want to pick. It don't matter whatever time they coming, but let go, that mess with do. So a person dealing with that 24 hours a day, and you jokers had the nerves to believe that I'm gonna live with that the rest of my life. My vehicle been broke down for 3 months. I'm a long ways from my hometown and having to survive in a way that it's not, you know what I'm saying, meant for people to survive like. And you think and then, you know what I'm saying, if things would change overnight and it was just for me, I still wouldn't shut it down because I know somebody else will be going through it. No, it's got to be a change, baby. It's got to be a change because I ain't gonna sit there and watch you or anybody else go through that, and you running around here with your head down. You know what I'm saying? You get ready to go into a store, here these jokers come in there playing games. People in the store with them, working with them, playing games. You don't live like, you ain't got to live like that. You ain't got to live like that. You know what I'm saying? And I sure ain't gonna be the one sit there and watch you just live like that and not know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? That's like knowledge. You don't hold knowledge unless you're trying to hold people back. If you got some knowledge, you spread it to the next person and help them come up. Ain't that what we supposed to be about? America? Anyway, uh, like I say, the thing can coincide. Uh, but AI would have to be as an oversee. I mean, like what do they call it? Accountability. Don't be no more of that junk just running around. Jokers running around 24 hours a day, driving. They don't even check and see how long they drive. Don't check and see if Joker got mental capacity, mental issues or not. Just hire him. You know, it ain't got to be legal in the country. Just hire him. You know, because in retrofact, him that own the majority pretty much can control everything. The voting can control everything. You know what I'm saying? Because you got the majority of the votes, you can get whomever you want up in there anytime you want to and all of that there. And we ain't saying that's what they do, but it sure have a stigma of that. You know what I'm saying? Then nobody have a problem with the open border thing being across and you know what I'm saying? If the Constitution was changed, the laws and put it into a bill, well then let the African jokers, everybody else, come across the border. But you know what I'm saying? It wasn't focused at that. And I'm being real. Have y'all seen some of them African kids be over there trying to drink out of a puddle of water that a vehicle that made a puddle? I mean, made a hole, and the rain left some, and they trying to drink up out the water. They in some bad situation. Not just them, China. You know what I'm saying? Quite a bit of our brothers and sisters created from God that's going through a whole bunch of stuff, and you gonna open the border on one side? And man, like I say, the bottom line of it is it's against the law. Now, the country of the United States have a thing: we don't negotiate with terrorists, right? But that seemed like to me the wall, where the border was too hard to handle, so they negotiated, they bowed down. You know what I'm saying, man? You turn our head and let I can't stop them. You know, it sound like we're negotiating with terrorists. No, because it terrorized a lot of people because it stole from a lot of people's budget. I went down to the police station to get my personal stuff, and I had to step over people. This is the police station, Jack. So I'm trying to talk to the man up on the hill, up on the, you know what I'm saying? I'm down there. There's a whole bunch of people laid out on the floor. It stank up in there. You know what I'm saying? I seen a little kid, two kids out there, they nose running, it was cold outside, boxes of food stacked up. And I'm thinking about, man, this is jacked up. You got veterans, you know what I'm saying, sleeping up under the Vilot. And they done put air conditioning, tents, and all, you know what I'm saying, bathrooms just straight catered to illegalness. And NWO was hiring a lot of them peoples. Really. So, like I say, the thing could have existed into the fact of AAI would definitely have to be accountability group over them, and then you know a lot of stuff would change, and a large sum of money, you know, and even restoration. I put a figure out there for them. I just don't want to put it over the air because they invade my privacy, and so I'll, you know what I'm saying, I use it to my advantage because I'm a preacher, Jack. I got a large ministry. Shoot, I'm all the way down in Kentucky. The people still up in Chicago and Wisconsin, they still, you know what I'm saying, able to get all the information going on with me through that NWO illegal privacy invasion crap. So, uh, you all need to, and then what was the other thing they have, and they have to make an open apology, uh, you know, nationwide. I think it is not worldwide, nationwide, and of course it'll feed over into the world. And I think that'll make it look good for the country of the United States of America. Because basically what it's saying is that, you know, what I'm saying, America had the ability to realize they made some errors and they straighten out because it's gonna be a historical time marker for the country. It's a lot of people. It's a lot of people involved. You got politicians. It's a lot of people involved, and I ain't the smartest man in the world, but somebody should have figured out. You know what I'm saying? When people trying to make complaints and stuff like they're trying to make a report that shoes. I done had police. I done got that twice. Oh, they wouldn't do that. I'm not coming down there to make a. I'm not coming down there for that. They wouldn't do that. Well, who made you the judge? Your job is to make the report and to investigate it. You know what I'm saying? It's easy to say what a person ain't gonna do until you investigate it and find out, well, man, they was doing it. But a lot of people was doing that bit. You know, a lot of the official police was doing that because they view them as co-workers. So that's just like, you know what I'm saying, turning to Charlie. They used to ride with him. You know what I'm saying? And turning him in. And y'all know that old stigma, that old saying that police don't testify against police. But we need to change that thing in the country. Donald Trump doing a good job. He got some new people into places, but they need help. Um, because a lot of this stuff is on the low ground. I thank God for me having to go through the stuff I went through because Donald J. Trump knew something went on with some stuff. We'll say like that because we don't want to put that out there. I know we got some crooked jokers on some high levels in law enforcement also. Because they, you know what I'm saying, I've been around too long to know that they ain't just dumb. They not missing all this. I got to go. Um, um, yeah. Like, I got to throw that real quick. Yeah, Martin Luther King, when they was, you know what I'm saying, investigating him and stuff, apparently they couldn't find nothing on them that wanted him stopping. Why? Because the man was simply saying what the Constitution of the law says here in America. Uh, we ain't saying the people that was investigating them did it. We just saying that y'all know there was some crooked stuff behind all that. And the problem of it is that people are trying to control some stuff and trying to keep themselves above everybody else, and so they, you know what I'm saying, uh, have projected something like that. So I just want to say though, take a look at you all self, those that are NWO and stuff like that, and you know, just try to think back and see what you used to be. And see if you still resemble what you used to resemble. I don't talking about your facial. I'm talking about your attitude, your whole perception. You know, y'all out there bad. Y'all out there bad. You know what I'm saying? I said the lady that shot up in the parking lot. You know what I'm saying? What you know what I'm saying? What type of person would just have that mindset to run around to get an opportunity to see if they can try to, you know, make your day bad or bring some fear into your heart? What type of person in? Hey, I say I got family members, loved ones I know on the payroll, and I look at them when they was doing stuff to help them at targeting me. They look like demons. They have a look on their face. Uh, they be in a whole nother zone, and it's jacked up. The house of correction. Oh, that was the other thing, right? Along with, you know what I'm saying, that plea, they got to give up a bunch of folks to go to prison. Somebody got to pay. You know what I'm saying? And we ain't looking at for it to be a one-sided thing. I'm sorry. Somebody got to pay. Y'all done killed folks. Y'all know y'all have. You know what I'm saying? Maybe y'all don't know y'all have. I don't know, but I know using that high power microwave device, you have no idea of what effects it did to a person. Like Joker turned around and dropped dead 3 days later, and you know what I'm saying? Y'all don't give a dirt. That's one targeted down. Uh, Shoes, I know that they done hit some folks. Cause y'all do the buddy system, ran over, hit something, and shoes. The rest of y'all turn y'all head. You know, shoot, can't say nothing about him. They say something about them, they gonna mess around, cut our check off. And you know what I'm saying? They gonna mess around and start talking to me. He tough. Y'all know y'all have. Y'all been living with that. This is a wake up call, man. Y'all out there bad. All I can tell you to do is repent, try to change your error. God is a merciful God. He will show you a way up out this jail. Jack, I done told people to blow the whistle. You know what I'm saying? And y'all probably fearful with that because who you gonna blow the whistle to? Well, God have sent a man to be our president, and he's already started to put a new thing on there. It ain't probably ain't gonna be without no scars. You're gonna have to come forward. The more people come forward, the more it'll get into the ears of the proper people that need to get it did. But you know, standing back and hoping this ain't gonna happen, this will be brought to pass. Trust me, this will be brought to pass. I think about it. I'm not bulletproof. You know what I'm saying? I trust God, and I know all the moves God got me doing. You know what I'm saying? Even the stuff NWO does towards me, it wind up being helpful to me. long term. I have so much evidence on them. I've been discriminated in housing, low income housing when I moved up here to Kentucky. You know what I'm saying? I have so much evidence. I got a police officer out of, we'll just say, a city farther north. Uh, that faked it out like he was doing an investigation and he made 13 arrests. You know what I'm saying? In different times through a task forcing. You know what I'm saying? Was leading me on. He kept, you know what I'm saying? I guess they figured that it would slow me down if I thought some people were working at it. And I got it, man. It's right. They got about a 20-minute walk, 30-minute walk. I'm gonna do some power walk. Yeah, yeah. But yeah, he did that, leading me on. But I thank God that He gave me the mindset and the wisdom and the strength. Like I ain't finna, let's just keep it between. And, it was a lot of stuff that let me know that he was. And I went down to the Fed building to report it because that's what the Fed now. Anything else they can try to come up with an excuse. But when I went down there with that information, I never got in to see them, Jack. They arrested me. They arrested me at the door. I go up in that gym acting crazy. Oh man, y'all gonna see me? Woo woo. No, I went up in there as respectful. But what they did was pulled the warrant out of the out of the doom dogs, Jack. And the one, my son got pulled over, and I remember asking the Joker, "Was y'all sure y'all got the right one?" He ran my driver's license, and I didn't have no warrant. I had been to the federal building 2 times prior to that, and didn't have no warrant. But this particular time, I went down to the federal building because I had that information about the police officer. So now all of a sudden I got a warrant. But and saying it goes with a lot of stuff. We just got so much evidence on them that is irrefutable. They cannot get past it. They ain't gonna be able to cover it up. They will hack my devices and stuff like that. They call themselves grabbing information, but God got the things so spread it out, and yeah, it's nothing they can do it. And y'all, I travel a lot, so we know a lot of cities and states was involved in it. And when I say uh, they would have to give up some big numbers for people going to jail, they ain't gonna pull that Ty G. Patterson thing they did. He was jumped on in New York City by NWO, and they winded up um, doing something. Just one guy winded up taking the case. The rest of them went free because they were privileged. So yeah, it won't be none of that. Uh, but yeah, I just want people to take a look at themselves. I understand you done got yourself into a position where you need that money. You can't your job. Go get a second job, or how about this? Step down. Step down from what what I'm saying, what you done put yourself up to, and survive. Because when it all goes down, you ain't gonna be able to keep the stuff anyway. Cause we coming. We definitely coming. God already done set the thing up for it to happen. The Department of Justice got a new head. The FBI got a new head. Got Congresswoman Green. Man, God is working the thing. So you know, y'all got a decision to make. And no sense of thinking them little games and stuff like that there gonna deter me from it, from what I got to do, cause I got to live, and I'm gonna live according to what this Constitution of America say that I supposed to live by. I am the founder of Americans Against Injustice, and this has been a recording from the heart.